Premier Bank presents Today on 2. We are broadcasting on Charter Cable in Cullman County. We're on the internet. You can watch the live streaming at channel2cullman.com. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And, of course, we archive the programs on YouTube. It is a beautiful, sunshiny Wednesday,
Gorgeous.
the first week of May, the 7th day of May.
Gorgeous.
And more of the same, except, doggone it, we may get rain on Saturday.
Of course, the weekend.
Oh, wow.
We haven't had that lately. We've had
I
rain during the
know it.
week and beautiful weekends, and now the
Yeah.
trend is probably going to start to change.
Here we have Strawberry Fest coming up. We'll talk about that in just a little bit, but gosh, chance of rain too. Maybe it'll be one of
Okay.
those showers over and done in
And
an hour.
can be gone,
kind of thing.
hopefully,
We hope
hopefully.
so. Let's start with the weather for today, brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. Here's the weather almanac for the 7th of May in Cullman, Alabama. The average high temperature is 79. The average low is 57. The record high 92 in 1952. The record low freezing 32 in 1944. Sunset at 7:36. Sunrise will be at 5:52. There's the satellite picture. You can see what's going on around the country. Our part of the country looks pretty doggone good right now. We have one more satellite picture. And here's our forecast for today. Plenty of sunshine today with a high near 85, about like yesterday. Clear with a low of 57 tonight. Tomorrow, more of the same, sunny, a high of 85. Friday, we have 50% chance of rain, a cloudy day, a high of 78. Saturday, 60% chance of rain, cloudy. Temperatures mild, 78. Temperatures would be very comfortable. On Sunday, slight chance of rain back into the 80s, 83 on Sunday, Monday, and 81 on Tuesday. So there we go. Hopefully whatever rain we get on the weekend will not deter activities that are coming up.
That's right, because the Strawberry Fest is coming, right?
That's right.
This is the weekend.
And there are strawberries for sale already.
Yes, I have purchased
Local-
some.
yes, we
I've
have too.
Purchased some from
Local
Burke's
farmers
Florist.
already.
Yeah. Well, this Strawberry Fest is, of course, taking place this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, correct?
Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. Okay, I'm trying to think of the dates there. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. There are arts and crafts, antique tractor show, Cullman County Museum is going to be open, live music, historic tours, and on Saturday will be the classic car show. So go and enjoy. Take the whole family. Really, I'm sure there'll be all kinds of vendors there with their arts and crafts. You can purchase some items, but you can also probably purchase the strawberries and just have a great, fun
Good
weekend.
entertainment. The Joel Burks All-Stars.
Oh, really?
Yes. Joel co-hosts here on
Yeah.
Tuesday, and he's got a band. They'll be entertaining. Three on a String will be back.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, entertainment
Wow.
all day and into the evening hours.
Well,
Now
that-
that's on Saturday. Maybe on Friday too. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm not sure. But,
Yeah.
but perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that'll be good.
Yeah. And it's going to be under the fest hall, so even if it rains a little
sure.
bit, not a big deal. Just go out and just enjoy. That would be so much fun.
Yeah, it always is.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of a lot of fun, the candidate forums start here on Channel 2 on Monday.
Oh, that ought to be fun.
We will have, as part of our Today on 2 program, candidate forums Monday, Wednesday, and Friday next week. Monday will be Associate Commissioners West Side, that is place 2. And we have invited all 5 candidates. I don't know where we're going to put them all.
Okay.
But we'll figure that out on Monday. Wednesday will be the Associate Commissioner East Side, which is place 1. And on Friday will be the candidates for sheriff.
Okay.
So those will be coming up next week, and then more forums the following week. But
Okay.
that will be next week as part of our program Today on 2, which will be extended until 8 o'clock probably.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, so a lot of things going on. How about our Facebook friend?
Let's see if we
Who's
have
our friend
one.
today?
Vicki Geller is our Facebook friend, and Vicki likes the NCIS and UAB Blazers. So thanks for being our friend, and we're going to give you that large barbecue sandwich from Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue. Just come by here to pick up the certificate first, please.
We have a good friend who's come to see us that we haven't seen for a long time.
We have not. We have not. Steve James is here with Kenya Relief, and I know he's got some things going on, as usual.
Yes.
And so we're going to get to visit with him. That'll be exciting.
That's what we have lined up. George is here with news and commentary right after this.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
I believe it is an honor and a privilege to be the Sheriff of Coleman County, not a right. And as that honor and privilege, I believe it is the job of the Sheriff to serve the needs of the people. It is not the people's job to serve the needs of the Sheriff. I can make you this promise: I will lead the Sheriff's Office with honor, commitment, and integrity to every citizen of Coleman County. I would like to ask for each one of you your support and your vote on June 3rd in the 2014 primary election.
Time for news and commentary on this Wednesday mornings. Wednesday mornings, here comes the Shopper's Guide. And if you've ever run for office, or if you've ever been a big supporter of someone who ran for office, you know that some of those late editions of the Shopper's Guide will always have a bombshell. Someone's going to go after an incumbent. They're going to have an ad that's going to be really provoking if the stakes are high enough. Now, for Associate Commissioner, I don't know, but they consider it that way because they want the jobs. Each person who is running for office wants the job. They want to take it away from the incumbent. For example, and I was looking at some of the ads in the Shopper's Guide. If you've got an incumbent Associate Commissioner who says, I want to pursue more accountability in government, the question is, why haven't you been doing it for the past 4 years? Huh? That's a good question, don't you think? If one says he believes in small government, that they don't want government to grow any larger, and then a few minutes later he's asked, do you believe, what are your policies against nepotism, hiring your kinfolks, in other words, right? Well, we took care of that. We hired a human resources director, someone to hire people. And government's, getting smaller under his particular rule? I don't know about that. And one thing you have to learn if you're a candidate, I mean especially if you've got a big front, you're exposed in different ways, social media, Shopper's Guide, television, Coleman Times, is you have to proofread your commercials, your ads. And I hate it because I like this candidate, Gary Marchman, the person at the Shopper's Guide, misspelled sergeant. He was a sergeant major. That's terrible. When someone, if they're illiterate and they know how to spell, you can see, come on now, you guys can do better than that. Some of the lessons you learn in a political campaign are costly, and it's getting costlier because it takes more money to run a campaign now. Well, technology and schools is one of the things that schools are having to recognize. Young folks are on social media, Facebook, Twitter, this, that, and it's getting more complicated, and it's taking more and more of the time away from a young person because they love those kind of things, and understandably so, tablets, iPads, and such. Some school systems are struggling, so they don't have the money to spend to buy a tablet or an iPad. With Apple, one of the candidates for superintendent of Coleman County Schools is from a Georgia system, and she was saying that they can't go with iPads from Apple because they're so expensive, for one thing, and secondly, you have to have a teacher who is employed in your school system who has to be trained by Apple, and that's more money spent. And by the time you pay for an iPad, you could have bought 3 or 4 little Chromebooks, you know, the little less expensive ones. But now the question is, should we allow kids to bring in their iPads or their Chromebooks or whatever to interact with learning, you know? And they're finding out that there are problems associated with that. 8th grade student, female, in one of the systems in Alabama, loves her teacher. So she takes a picture of him in class, and all kinds of goes on, right? So the teacher's threatened by having an affair with a student. He says he didn't, but you've got that issue to consider because selfies are everywhere. Selfies are when you hold that camera up and shoot a picture of yourself, right? Or somebody else. So it's a double-edged sword, technology. Kind of interesting what happened last night. Interesting in as much as some things you think are sacred. Cemeteries, Decoration Day at your church. If you have a church where loved ones are buried, I've got a church, cemetery, where my folks are buried. Took flowers out there on Decoration Day the day before on Saturday and contributed money for the upkeep of the cemetery this coming year. When I went back to pick up my flowers, they were gone. Now tell me, in a small country church, and it happens, I guess, at other churches, we're somewhat naive. But why do people, if they're considerate enough to go and put flowers on their parents' graves or relatives' graves, why would they turn right around and steal yours, you know? Not only that, but last night in Decatur, a woman, 29-year-old female, crossing Decatur Cemetery, she's raped. Now, what kind of a person would do that? I don't understand that. And finally, appearing on yesterday's NBC Today show, former CNN talk show host Larry King ridiculed CNN. He said back a few months ago, he said what CNN should do is, if I'm quoting him correctly, I think it was Larry King, said they just need to, because their ratings are falling, they just need to start showing cartoons and sign off, basically. But anyway, Larry King says it's really kind of comical. How many ways can you talk and cover a plane? He says, after all that talk and all that money spent, all we know is they made a left turn, talking about, the one that disappeared. Larry King is getting a lot like Harry Reid and some others we know, real outspoken. Stay tuned, more for Today on 2 after this.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
One of the most frequently asked questions I receive out on the campaign trail is, why do you want to be the sheriff of Coleman County? Coleman County is my home. It's where I was born and raised, and it's where my wife Susie and I will raise our 2 boys. And there's nothing more important to me than my Lord and Savior, my family, and my home. And I would like to ask for your vote on June 3rd in the 2014 Republican primary election.
Whoever wins our prize today on our Know Your Merchant ads has a lot of good eating to do.
Oh, good.
Yeah, our prize today is the Mad Dog Mike's Family Barbecue Pack.
Yep.
You can feed Oh, 4 people.
Okay.
Maybe 6.
Okay.
Something like that. It's more than you can do by yourself.
Okay.
All right, that's our prize for today. Let's look at our ads. We'll ask you a question, of course, about our merchant ads. So we start with Coleman Wellness and Aquatic Center, where they have the full fitness center, complete with weights, cardio, and professional training, indoor walking track. Hey, the outdoor pool will probably be open the end of the month, won't
I
they?
would think so. Brown and Company Beverages, where good taste begins. Right there, next to the Ford dealership, a huge variety, domestic imports, wines, beers, meads, mixes, gourmet sodas. They've got it at Brown and Company.
Mullins Body Shop, you've counted on them for over 50 years for auto body repair and tow. You can still count on them today. Call Sonny, Stacy, Beth, or Jim at Mullins Body Shop.
Alabama Sunrooms and Awnings, where they have sunrooms and screen rooms and patio decks and covers, metal roofs, vinyl siding, garages, buildings, free estimates available at Alabama Sunrooms and Awnings.
Auto Tech Repair and Service, they do major engine repair, brake repair, transmission repair. They do it all, really. Located on County Road 1354 in Vinemont. Auto Tech.
At Jolly Time Rentals, where fun is always in the air. Call Holly Mullins today to book. That's 256-620-JOLLY. That's 5655. They've got licensed inflatables, all kinds of concession equipment.
Grand Point Pharmacy, open as early as 7:30 every day, Monday through Saturday. They are the original home of the Two Old Goats product line. They have all your allergy products available now on Highway 31 North.
And Deb's Bookstore is your hometown bookstore just down the road. Used books are always half price off every day, and new books are 20% off every day at Deb's Bookstore.
The Candle Garden has hand-poured candles in over 50 fragrances. They have gift baskets, a lot of gift items. Be sure to check them out in their new location right by Moe's Barbecue, downtown Coleman. There we go with some of the merchant ads for today. And our question today is about Mullins Body Shop. There are 3 pictures in the ad. What is in the middle picture? What is in the middle picture? The Mullins Body Shop. We have been using the same ad
Yes.
for months and months and months and months. Do you remember?
No.
What is in the middle picture? First person with the correct answer gets the family pack of barbecue from Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue. 256-734-7399 is our phone number. And go ahead and call in right now while we watch Money Matters, brought to you by Premier Bank.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bedard. I'd like to talk to you today about purchasing a new or used car. What I'd suggest, if you're interested in looking at one, kind of come in and see your local banker, talk to them. Most banks require a down payment. It depends on the terms, new or used cars, but your local banker can fill you in, take you through the steps that you need. They'd be glad to work with you on it and try to keep everything local if you can. This has been Money Matters, brought to you today by Premier Bank of the South.
What is in the middle picture of the 3 pictures in the Mullins Body Shop ad? Maybe I should have said how many pictures are there.
Well, maybe so, but then I would have guessed that wrong too.
Nobody knows. So we'll look at the rest of our merchant ads and we'll save that question for another day. Yates Chance Christian Bookstore. Donnie Chance was on our program yesterday talking about the new engraved wood and metal products. They have a lot of gift ideas for Mother's Day coming up.
They do, and be fit. I'll tell you what, if you want to get in shape, you need to go downtown right next to Renard's Gallery and go to Be Fit. It's just $50 a month.
Pizza Hut. Let's see, today is Wednesday. This is 50-cent wing day. I like that deal. Pizza Hut on 2nd Avenue North.
Hansville Drugstore is a blast from the past. They have been open since 1925.
Hair by Loretta, and Loretta does highlights, haircuts, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. She gives a $5 discount if you're a new customer.
Blizzard of the month is the strawberry shortcake. I can't wait to go try that. Go by Dairy Queen and try it today. It's good all month long.
Cotton State Barns on the interstate on Highway 278 West. They have carports, playsets, utility trailers, and storage building. You can buy or rent to own.
Tires for Less is more than just tires. They do feature Bridgestone and Firestone, but you can have your oil changed there, have some minor engine repairs done, have shocks and brakes changed. Go see Greg and the guys at Tires for Less right there on Highway 31 North.
Earl's Body Shop, voted best towing service. David and Diane, thank you for that honor. They have large and small towing, local or long distance. Earl's Body Shop on Highway 31 North.
and Mr. Hicks Menswear, formal wear available for all occasions. Located right there at 217 Compass Way Southwest in Coleman.
There's Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue, $13.99, gets you the entire family barbecue pack. Barbecue, sides, and buns, located in the Berlin Quick Stop on Highway 278.
I will rebuild the relationships with local city, county, and governmental agencies in which we all have the same mindset that we are working together for the betterment of our community in that one single direction for every citizen of Coleman County. My office will be held accountable from the top down. I will be held accountable first. And as your sheriff, I will lead the sheriff's office with conviction, pledging to return the office of sheriff back to the people.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
As we mentioned, we have a good friend we haven't talked to for a long time. Steve James is back with us. Hi, Steve.
Hey, guys.
Good to have you on the program again.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
I'm sure we have people in our audience or watch on YouTube and so forth that do not know about Kenya Relief. Most Coleman people, I think, do.
Yeah.
So give us a quick background. Tell us about Kenya Relief.
Wow, it's almost 13 years old.
Wow.
And, you know, it started actually 16 years ago when my daughter Brittany started sponsoring Newton in Kenya. And that was sort of one of her big interests, was helping a little child in Kenya. And of course, Brittany never was able to meet him because we lost Brittany when she was 19. So, you know, that took me to Kenya.
Right.
And we've come a long way since then.
Right.
I met Newton. And of course, you know, we've done so much work. We've been sensitive to the needs of the community. So it's kind of spread out into many areas.
Right, right. You built an orphanage first. That's kind of was your focus. But now you've got a medical clinic. Did you build the school? I haven't kept up in a while.
Yeah, the school's actually taken off quite well. We have 420 students now.
Wow.
With a waiting list.
Wow.
The community's just really supported the work. We have 80 orphans of our 158 that attend that school. And then we have the rest, and we pay for our children, but the rest of the community has supported us, just like everybody wants their children there.
Sure. Well, it's a very good school versus the public school system. I mean, you know, everybody gripes about our public school system here. They have no clue. And our hospitals here, they have no clue, you know. So there's such a great need in Kenya. But your name is well known in Kenya, in that area because you've just done so much.
Yeah.
And you've had such great support from the community, but I think once again you're reaching out for some more support. Is that correct? You've got a new initiative that you really want to promote today?
We do, and we've had 2,500 missionaries of different backgrounds go with us now from 25 states.
Wow.
But right now we are focusing on our matching orphans with mothers. It's called Moms.
Okay.
And I think 3 Daystar, Crosshaven, and St. John's are playing this video Sunday in all their services.
Okay.
There's a story in both newspapers this weekend, and so we are. And even Shopper's Guide today has a big article if you need to contact us. And we're trying to fill those spots because we still have many children that need a sponsor. Total orphans.
Right.
So
what does the sponsorship involve?
Well, it's a connection that we make. We have a group of ladies that are in charge of that who communicate with the sponsor. So once you identify a child in our orphanage, we give you the history of that child. We have ongoing communication and reports on how that child is doing. So it's a pretty close relationship that develops, and it's total care of that child. It's not putting a child in an after-school program like maybe World Vision or Christian Children's Fund might do. We have total care of these children. So it's we look out for all aspects of their life.
And what does it cost? Everybody's always interested in that.
Well, a sponsorship is still $75.
Okay.
We try, some of our children have 2 sponsors because they're in higher education.
Right.
The children now, they were total orphans with no hope, and now they're in boarding schools, the older ones, and so they are receiving a quality education. It's really great to see an orphan who had nothing standing next to a child from a family who has parents, who's accomplished in life, and standing on level ground.
Right.
And to see their lives prosper.
Right.
So we try and provide that kind of quality of life for every child that we care for.
And you do follow them through until they get to a certain age, and you kind of feel like, yes, now they're capable of getting out there, earning a living, and doing something with their life. So it's not just providing food and shelter for this child while they're growing up. You're providing an education and also medical needs. You're providing the whole package, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And you do mission trips so many times. How many times throughout the year? It's several times.
Well, we have 20 teams this year.
Okay.
Each team has 24 team members.
Okay.
So we're pretty packed. Next year we have 22 teams, and I go 4 or 5 times a year.
Okay, right, yeah. So just a lot of activity. You've built some buildings. You've built all kinds of things.
We've got 20 buildings, and we're in the process of building a full-service hospital. The first phase being a modern outpatient surgery center. But it's going like gangbusters.
Yeah. Who would have thought, 13 years ago, Steve, that it would be this big? I know you went over there with the idea that you were going to support this one child, and then it just kind of blossomed into an orphanage and stuff. But did you really, at the very beginning, envision something this big?
Well,
I know you're a visionary. I know that. And you're always thinking ahead, but did you think it would be this big?
It wasn't long before I knew that we were going somewhere. And, I wish I could share what was in my mind now and in our board's mind, because Kenya is 43 million people, and we're starting to reach out into Tanzania as well. So the needs are great. And we have great big plans. The government even now is reaching out to us. They see us as the future for that county of 2 million people, but it goes way beyond the 2 million. We have people from 6 and 7 hours away coming for surgeries.
Well, that's phenomenal, because the government is somebody in Kenya that you have to deal with. You have to, every time you send something, every time you do something, you've got to involve them. And so if they are actually recognizing you as a legitimate, that's phenomenal, because it's really hard to work with the Kenyan government.
Oh, the last campaign the governor was on, and I got report after report that when he was traveling around, he was talking about Kenya Relief, Kenya Relief, Kenya Relief, and it's pretty much it's exciting. I think the partnership that we have now will help us do so much more than what we've been doing.
Yeah. Now, I know you brought a video. We're going to show it right at the very end of the show because of the length of it and everything. But if somebody is interested and wants to become a sponsor, what do they do?
First thing they can do, look at the Shopper's Guide today. There's an article about how to contact us. You can go to our website, which is kenyarelief.org.
Okay.
Or you can go to Daystar Crosshaven or St. John's this weekend and hear about it again.
Okay.
There'll be someone there to talk to you that sponsored a child. I mean, you sponsored a child
Right.
For a long time. So we're here. We're available. We have an office in Vinemont. So call us because, we're talking about total orphans.
Right.
That it really changes a child's life forever.
Yeah.
Actually, a country.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Steve, for being here. It's good seeing you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God bless, Steve. We'll be back with more right after this.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
We have to be more responsive to the needs of victims within our community. And we will do this by establishing a victim service unit within the Sheriff's Office. Utilizing the personnel there, this unit will also assist the victims of assault, domestic violence cases, to the needed people that they can speak to that will help them not only get self-help, but through the prosecution of their case. And I would like to ask for your vote on June 3rd in the 2014 Republican primary election.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
While Washington liberals like Obama and Pelosi continue to attack Alabama families and values, conservative leaders like Ed Henry are fighting back, championing pro-life legislation, standing strong against Obamacare, and keeping taxes low so we can create good jobs. Ed Henry, the conservative champion we need in Montgomery.
Now it's time for our community billboards, brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. The Bayleton Head Start is taking applications for preschool services for children ages 3 to 5. Parents can call for an application 256-796-2834. And the Coleman Area Autism Networking Group invites all individuals with a disability related to autism and their families to the training workshop with Disabilities Lawyer and Hope. This training workshop will be held on Saturday, May the 10th from 4 to 5:30 at the Margaret Jean Jones Center. Picnic and outdoor fun will be from 5:30 to 7. For more information, contact Rhonda Davis, 256-962-2208. And the Coleman Strawberry Fest will be taking place this weekend, and of course the 5K, 10K run will also take place starting at 8 in the morning. Starting at the Fest Hall, 5K is $25 admission fee and 10K is $30. And the VFW will host a Memorial Day program in Veterans Park at Sportsman's Lake on Saturday, May the 24th at 10 o'clock. Those wishing to pay tribute to family members or friends lost in a war or to fallen heroes in general are invited and encouraged to come and pay their respects. And if you have a community billboard, you can email it to channel2coleman@gmail.com, phone 256-734-7399, or be a friend on Facebook, Channel 2 Coleman. And we have some birthdays to announce. Sandra Williams and Jason Hanley will have a birthday. And of course, their name will be put into the drawing on Friday, where they have that possibility of winning an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
The weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. It'll be sunny today, a high of 85. Clear tonight, low around 57. More of the same tomorrow. Again, a high around 85 degrees. And who's coming to see us tomorrow?
Well, let me see if I can figure that one out. Roy Jackson is going to be here.
Running for the state legislature, will be our guest tomorrow. That's our program. Be sure and stay tuned for the video we have coming up right away about Kenya Relief. Our program brought to you today by Premier Bank.
Hope you have a great day.
When I was young, my father first the one who died. And when I started to grow up, my mother died. I was living with my mother. My mother died. At home, I can't get anything. At home, we had just no food. There was no fee for education. I was not going to school.
I wanted to excel in life, and when my parents died, I didn't have any hope of excelling.
I was going to die.
My heart was just torn. You know, the first thing I thought of was my daughter. You know, I thought, you know, what would somebody do if my daughter was in that situation? Would they help her? I lost my daughter, and I often wondered, you know, did everybody do everything they could to help her? And so when I see children, you know, I feel like it's my responsibility to do everything I can.
Even Jesus said, let the little children come to me.
My name is Meshach. I am 11 years old. My name is Raema. My name is Byron Odhiambo. My name is Sarah Chiem. My name is Enoch Kidaga. I am in grade 3. I like to say hi.
We are working with the children to take care of them, to make sure that they have good life and to make sure that they get their rights so that they live a healthy life while they're staying here in Kenya Relief.
Our children are from ages 3 through college. We take them in between 3 and 10 years old.
I think sponsorship with us is different than a lot of organizations because our children are total orphans and we provide for pretty much every need. We have social workers, we have teachers, we have loving dorm parents, we have healthcare providers.
Yes, perfect.
They're here on campus. They're provided with 3 meals a day. They are sent to a private school, which is Kenya Relief Academy. After they finish Kenya Relief Academy, they are sent to high school or boarding school.
Even those who are in boarding schools, the social workers go out to visit them like weekly.
When I was in Kenya Relief, life was easy, and I found myself working more hard so that one day I might be someone.
Through the support that they're getting here, makes them even to forget that they are orphans.
I was happy because here I can live, I have clothes, I can get good food, I can be strong and healthy.
I know the situations that these children came from. They would have been dead, or they would have been in misery, or they would have been without hope. And to see a child now that is engaged in life, you know, their eyes are full of life. You know, they play, they love. That's what I love about it.
We're looking for dedicated people who are willing to, you know, take on these children. For so little money, you can provide so much for these children. You just cannot believe the blessings that they give us and that we bring to them by sponsoring them.
I want to say that there is some children outside that need help. I want to say that they should sponsor the children. They need help the way we are getting help. Because other children doesn't have even one sponsor.
They should give some support because one day those kids whom they help will one day help others more.